episode 13. Welcome to Fresh Towels, the podcast, live from New York. We're here. Today is Tuesday. I have a brand new coffee shop that opened that I'm really liking, and their whole shtick is that everything is $2.50. Have you been there, Mike?
Is that the name of it?
Matto.
Oh, no.
Matto. Everything's $2.50. So you get a latte, extra squirt, $2.50. You want breakfast sandwich, $2.50. You want I got a roll thing, a cinnamon roll, $2.50.
Wait a minute. Are there limitations on this?
There's no limitations.
So if I want, give me a latte, almond milk latte, $2.50, but I want 32 squirts of amaretto.
Maybe there's some extra squirtage. Maybe you get hit on the extra squirtage, but I got a hazelnut latte, $2.50.
Really? I'll tell you what.
This is a $6 item in New York now.
I was in Hudson this weekend, Hudson, New York. Got a small latte.
It's upstate New York, near the crick.
$6.50.
Yeah,
for a small latte. I almost I had to take my jaw off the ground. I go, excuse me, sir. You realize you're in Hudson, New York?
Coffee prices make zero sense. Mm-mm. Everything is all these fancy drinks are based off of espresso, pronounced correctly. Mm. You got one shot of espresso with water, Americano. They charge you more than just a regular black coffee. That doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't, and this should all be shot for that. Honestly,
same thing with a latte. You get a little espresso and then milk, and then if you foam the milk, it's worth $1 more.
Well, you're paying for the service, not for the product.
I guess, but this place Matto is blowing up all over New York City, and they have wonderful treats. Great little thing. It's they got Middle Eastern turnovers. We call them bird eggs in Armenian.
Brit eggs?
Bird eggs. Which is like a cheese-filled pastry type breakfast item. And I just had that on the walk over, and I got a sweet treat for after the show.
You deserve a sweet treat.
I deserve it.
It's been a you don't dress up for not a sweet treat.
No, I put this thing on, and I have stuff that I've left at the dry cleaners from my old apartment. I've just remembered I have to go pick up. I don't wear button-ups that often.
I never wear button-ups. That's not true, never, but very rarely.
Very rarely. Or a suit and tie is extremely rare.
I think a suit and tie is done, right? Like, nobody likes wearing them. Do you know anybody that wears a suit and tie and they're like, oh, this is amazing?
And also, it's extremely rare to look great in a suit. I feel like every time that I put on a suit, I'm 4 years out of fashion. It's like, I feel like this pant leg I have is too wide at the bottom. My shoes are too narrow. I feel like I'm swimming in my pants. Every suit is always on sale. How is that possible? Has anyone ever bought a suit at full price? I've never seen that. My
last suit I got free because I did a Tic Tac commercial when they came out with gum, Tic Tac gum. I did a commercial for that, and they had to make a suit for me because I'm a fat loser.
Large,
sure. And they were like, I guess you can keep it. I was like, well, now I have a suit fit for years. And then I got a dry clean recently. Went out of town, came back. Needed it for a wedding. Dry cleaner was closed, out of business. Suit gone. I don't know how that works.
Men's Warehouse, everything's always 50% off. You go to Macy's, all the suits are always 50% off. Men's Warehouse, by the way, what a bold statement. The only people in all of clothing, all the clothiers that are around the world, the only ones that you're going to like the way you look. We guarantee it.
We're the only ones that guarantee it.
You know who doesn't guarantee it? J. Crew. You know how much J. Crew I've ordered? And never once on my order of sleep, you're going to like the way you look. We guarantee it. They make it even hard to return stuff.
I just bought a pair of Nikes, 2 shipments. They're like, it's here. It's not here. And now they're like, well, we think you're stealing shoes. I go,
hey, that's you, Nike himself?
Mr. Nike, Joe Nike. He's cousins with Joe Camel. Same first names. That's how cousins work. First name.
We think you're stealing shoes?
Well, they were like, because to be fair, I have. Now, it's not the point. I didn't steal this time.
Not this time, I say.
It's happened before where I have a order a Nike, doesn't show up. I go, where's my Nikes? They go, we'll send you fresh ones. And then two pairs show up at the same time.
That means they have bad logistics.
Well, to me, I'm saying like, whose responsibility is this? Do I have to send one back?
It's really hard to prove you don't get a shipment. Even FedEx, when they say this is proof of delivery.
What proof?
Yeah, they sometimes they send a picture of the box at the stoop.
That makes me happy.
I like to see that.
Oh, that's where it is.
But that's very rare. Sometimes your proof of delivery is like, it just says, Tom fucking said he did it.
We have proof. We said it.
Yeah. Okay, UPS, proof of delivery. Tom said he did it.
No, I'm in the middle of a battle with Nike customer service right now. Because I keep getting cut off from the chat. And I'm like, where's my shoes? Now I want my money back.
You know who's great on the chat is Delta. Delta loves a good chat. And I always resist a chat. When I have a customer service issue, I went in to Delta and I started using their chat feature. Granted, I'm platinum because of how much I fly. I don't want to brag. That gets me a lot of stuff. I get miles. I'm platinum, so I'm front of the line in the chat system. But they're great. Very responsive. They help. All the needs I had were met. All the issues were resolved. But sometimes you get on the loop. I've been on a loop on customer service, and sometimes they're not even there. Have you ever had that happen? Where you're like waiting for a representative, and then you look online, it's like, oh yeah, these people aren't even here on Saturdays.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little bit tough. Delta though, I don't want to brag and like go over you.
Don't tell me you're diamond. I'm going to leave.
I am a silver. Which one's better, platinum or silver?
Go silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Hey, I know. But I have gotten great customer service from Delta.
Once you hit any type of status, you start to get good customer service from Delta.
I was in Phoenix 2 weeks ago, canceled my flight completely, a direct to JFK. They threw me through Atlanta. I found another route with first class, and I said, hey, can I take this because it gets me there sooner and closer? And the lady, I was battling them online, and they were like, we can't upgrade. And I go to the lady at the counter when I get to the airport. I go, they say they can't do this, but I think you can. She goes, you know what? She goes, it's the end of the day. You're my last person. First class, buddy. And I got first class on the way.
You know what that is? That's refreshing.
Yeah.
That's just refreshing to hear.
Yep.
Because a lot of these airlines don't give a shit.
Mm-mm.
I don't think I have a clothes buying problem, but I do buy a lot of basics online. You know what I actually just bought online? Haven't even talked to you about it yet. Very excited. That comes up next Monday.
I don't know.
Softball. Are you not playing this year?
You know.
Were you kicked off the team?
But I am the team. No, I don't. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know if you're going to play softball?
I don't know if I want to.
Really? Why? What was the problem with last year? Physical ailments?
My back has been really. I'm struggling with my back, and I just don't.
I don't want to accept that as an answer. Half the reason I play is so that I can go out and hang with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll still play. I'm just pushing. I'm not going to make it this week. I'm not making it to the scrimmage.
I'm not going to. The scrimmage got canceled.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lack of interest.
Yeah.
I feel like the real life softball games are enough of a scrimmage anyway. What are we going to go out there and field fucking ground balls? I got things to do.
Yeah, this actually makes the most. I'm in the best situation for softball this year, I guess. Like emotionally, and like geographically, because my biggest problem was like I got to go into the city, play a game, go all the way back to Astoria to shower, and then go back out for the night to do spots, and it's just like it drained me. But now that the studio's here and my gym is right next door, that I have a shower, I could go softball, shower.
But you told me they don't even do soaps at that gym. Do you have to BYOS?
No, they have soap, but I do BYOS.
What do you do? You look like you're Irish Spring Sport type of guy.
First of all, don't understand that accusation. Can you explain?
I just feel like any man over 6'5" with any type of beard is automatically in Irish Spring Sport category.
No. I have a very regimented routine. I do whatever's available at CVS in the travel category. So usually it's like a Dove men's, or, well, don't tell anybody, but I guess technically I am a Dove cucumber. Nothing
wrong with cucumber. Well, I don't know, how did cucumbers become feminine all of a sudden?
I'm in their new ads. So
you're in Dove ads?
Yeah.
For Target. Like your body?
Yeah, my picture is going to be on big posters in Targets.
What? Like
shirtless.
rubbing down? scrubbing down?
Sure, no, Shirley's holding a bottle of
the bottle of
Dove cucumber mint, I think.
Wow.
Or cucumber lime, maybe.
I might have to switch over.
So maybe I have to do that. Although it's Unilever, and I don't. Really
love a
them.
eucalyptus. I have a eucalyptus soap that I'm using in the shower right now. That it is invigorating. It's like a fucking spa when I go in.
It is. I'll give you a great.
I love eucalyptus.
A great hack: eucalyptus candles. Get eucalyptus candle, buddy. Your entire apartment will change. And the reason I know about
where do you pick those
most
up?
Candle stores will have a eucalyptus.
A eucalyptus?
Yeah.
Eucalyptus, is that a flower?
Eucalyptus is like an herb.
No, it's not an herb.
Yeah.
You can't cook with it.
What herbs? You can cook with every herb on earth?
Well, what's the difference between an herb and a flower?
Okay, so they're calling. No, it's a plant. I'm all right. Fuck me. It's a plant.
Definitely not an herb.
I didn't know, but from You've Got Mail, the movie.
He does a eucalyptus candle?
Steve Zahn, he's a side character and he works at the bookstore, bookshop around the corner, and they ask him, and this is one of my favorite lines from that movie. They go, you going out tonight? And he goes, nah, I gotta stop and grab a eucalyptus candle because it makes my apartment smell mossy. And
what?
For whatever reason,
what a great line.
Love that line. Love Steve Zahn. And I was like, let me go buy a eucalyptus candle because I want my place to smell mossy, and it does. And I've been obsessed with eucalyptus ever since.
I love that. What a great scent. I take a shower, and it is beautiful in the whole shower with the eucalyptus scent. Close the door, steam it up. Yeah. I feel like I'm about to get a nice rub down.
I do that when I'm on the road a lot. If I have like a lot of time in a big shower, I'll oil up. I'll put like scents, bath bombs every now and again. And it's like
I'm uncomfortable with the bath. Very uncomfortable with a bath. And I've stayed at hotels that have bath options, and I remember dabbling once in a bath, and I'm like, it's sloppy. It's a sloppy shower.
So I said
you're
bath
slopping your big fucking body around, and the water, it's like a wave pool, and there's no cleanliness that comes from it. You're trying to soap up. I remember trying to treat it like an actual cleaning, and I'm lotioning, and then I'm like, what the fuck? I had to like dunk down into the same thing, and then you sit in the weird suds purely for relaxation, but it's not a cleanse. I sat down in this thing in the tub, and I remember thinking I have to carefully get up because I'm going to create it's going to be like Typhoon Lagoon up in here, and I'm going to create a wave pool in here.
The
splish splash in it.
No, you have to take a shower after your bath sometimes. You got to get all the sludge off you.
And I think I had to do that because you get up, you stand up.
I think it's only for relaxing purposes.
It has to be only for relaxing. Maybe you read a book, you get a candle, or for television and film.
Yeah. I did take a bath this weekend, though, when I was up at Hudson. Not to plug
you bathed
Hudson again.
it?
Massive bath. And it was also a nice boutique, like apartment-y type place. It was very nice, very well maintained, and the bath was squeaky clean. Like, I'm really weird about like being in other people's water. It just makes me fucking.
Well, you can, you can't.
So I have to scrub the bath out myself, wipe it down, give it a nice rinse, and then I go in and do it. But I did, but then it ran out of hot water. Like as soon as I got in, like my body, the temperature started going down. The hot water was gone because I used it all to fill the giant tub.
It's not good.
Let me tell you the perfect tub. You ready for the perfect bath? Do you want to hear the perfect bath?
Yeah.
Wet showers.
I've seen those, and they're becoming very popular.
Or wet tubs or whatever.
A lot of hotels now are putting the tubs inside the shower capsule areas. Mm-hmm. It's a little confusing. It looks like a misstep, but it does make sense. You're already in there.
You can constantly recycle the water.
Oh, then you can really splish splash.
Because it doesn't matter. I was in Aspen one time, massive shower with a bath in it, to the point where you can lay multiple people down in the shower portion, but huge tub.
Great.
Every fucking faucet, the whole place was just covered in water. Foaming up. I had a blast.
You have no fear of splashing around because if you splash out, the water goes right down the drain.
Yep, exactly. That's my dream bathroom situation.
That's a good situation. A regular tub, there's two things that just it's tough living. You can make it sudsy, which is fun for a minute. Then you stand up if you want to exit the tub, and now you have the foam that sticks to your body. Now to your point, you have to take a shower, or you got to just suds off with a towel, which doesn't feel right. And then if you release the water, then you have usually mountains of suds that just lay on the bottom, and then what do you do?
And then you got to go back and
you feel bad for the housekeeping team. They got to come back in and do it. I'm not team tub.
I feel more bad because our dog was with us and she got really anxious and puked and pissed a lot of places, and
that's not good.
We had to spray it down and kind of tuck it
in the tub.
No, all over the place, on the floor, on a blanket.
No,
we sprayed it off though. We got spray stuff and sprayed it down. It was a dog friendly place, so there's an assumption of risk, and we paid extra.
Yeah, you got to pay extra. They got to put those rooms out of service. You know that?
For years. They have to burn it to the ground.
Every time that a dog stays in a hotel, the nice hotels have to put that room out of service, not for sale, for 1 day at least. Why? After the person leaves for deep cleaning.
Really?
Hotels lose money when you have a dog. Even when I worked at the Ritz-Carlton, if you had a dog at the room,
okay,
and you stayed there, the day after you left, that room was OOS, out of service.
And what was the deep clean?
They have to go in. They have to have a special cleaning unit go in. They have to have machines to go in and clean the air out because some people are allergic to dogs and cats. You can't have people coming out being allergic. You have to do a deep clean for sanitary issues. So to use round numbers at a nice hotel, you could cost a hotel $1,000 by having your dog.
$1,000?
Yeah, if the rooms at the Ritz where I worked were $1,000 a night, and every day that you had a dog in there, you lose $1,000 of the room, and the dog fee was only $250, so they were out of pocket $750.
You know, I always got upset at dog fees because I'm like, what? There's no, if the dog doesn't piss or shit, you're just taking my money.
It's a deeper clean, and a lot of times they have to put the rooms out, and so to hedge their costs, they charge a dog fee.
Right,
and it's the cleaning and out-of-service fee. I think a lot of the hotels that don't give a shit, which is most likely the majority,
right,
pocket the money and just do a regular clean. But I appreciate the fact that hotels to do a deep clean, because if I came in and saw pet hair or a little turd, I would flip out.
I think that they should ask you what kind of dog. Like ours is a little mini poodle. She's got no fur.
No
it's all
issues.
hair. She doesn't shed. If she
You see
tinkles a
people
little
coming-
bit, you'll never. It's like just a tiny little bit, and she's done it 3 times in her life.
No.
She's ever peed, or since we've had her. Like if it's a furless dog, there should be a less charge. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it
Well, then
until
you
someone tells me otherwise.
You have also the dogs that nibble on stuff, and they can't help it.
There you go.
Oh, here's another big issue with dogs in the hotels that the hotels have to deal with is barking when the dog owners aren't around.
Right.
Major issue. Also is housekeeping getting bit by dogs. Believe it or not, that happens all the
That's a
time.
thing?
So when a dog would check into our Ritz-Carlton hotel, they were given at the front desk, we gave them a separate sign that said pet in residence, so that if you left, instead of having a do not disturb sign, you would put a pet in residence sign, because believe it or not, a lot of these housekeepers go into these rooms all willy-nilly. They don't know a fucking Dalmatian's back there and can come in and snip your ankles. People
I think
get
a Dalmatian
bit.
would. Dalmatians are pretty dumb, aren't they?
I don't know much about Dalmatian.
That's why they use them for fires back
They
in the
just run
day,
in?
because they were dumb enough to go into a fire.
Yeah, they pose a lot of problems, but a lot of these big money people, what drives everything is, well, my wife has a lot of money and now she wants the dog, so what are we gonna do about it? It's all the big money people. That's what moves the needle in this business.
You got money, man. You got whatever you want. They say money can't buy happiness, but
It can buy you a dog
it can
in the
buy you a
hotel.
dog that makes you happy.
I started watching the show. I'm a little behind and I know it, but I feel like I got to get it out. I started watching the show Dahmer.
Okay.
Did you see it?
I have not. This is the Zac Efron one?
No.
No, that was the other guy. Ted Bundy. That was
Ted
Bundy.
The Dahmer show on Netflix was, I will say, the first episode of Dahmer was one of the best, most suspenseful, I can't even talk, most suspenseful episodes of TV I think I've ever seen.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
They did so much with so little in the show, specifically on the first episode. If you were to script it out, there's like very little dialogue, but masterclass of how the camera moves, the angles. It's haunting. And you don't even see, it's not really gory. There's a lot of subtlety in how they do the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly well done. Masterclass of how to do a lot with a little. And to be episodic and to have like a mini series, not to like blow the entire story up in the first episode, it's like a perfect tee up for the entire series.
It's because everyone knows how that ends. So
it's tough. It's like it's the Titanic effect. It's like how are you going to tell the story of the Titanic that everyone knows? Well, you have to tell it from a slightly different perspective, and they did that masterfully.
Whose perspective is this? His? The neighbor?
No, I mean you're watching
with all the racket.
Sort of. I mean, there is a little of that. Well, I was watching Dahmer, and I'm like, I got a noise complaint because I had a recorder in my room. I bought a recorder.
A quarter like a.
Yeah, a flute. I bought a recorder over the pandemic, and I started playing Hot Cross Buns. I started playing the Titanic song. I was playing lots of hits, and my doorman called and goes, "Is everything okay in the apartment? Because we've gotten several noise complaints from the second floor that people think that there's a small injured child practicing."
Somebody in your apartment is studying for a course final.
For the second grade recorder finals. I had so much fun with my recorder, though.
What made you choose recorder instead of like an adult instrument?
I thought it was just funny, and I think I was doing it for a Taste Funny show, and I can't remember if it was sent to me or if I purchased it. I can't remember, but I got it, and I got instant wash of nostalgia. Recorders bring back great times.
Yeah.
And then I started learning the hits on YouTube, and my neighbors were not very excited about that. No. But you know what? My neighbors, I found out now, are big-time gamers, and they're screaming at all hours of the night, playing Call of Duty, whatever they're playing.
You start playing the recorder outside their door.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think
am I bothering you murdering people?
Is pleasant.
Well,
it's musical. It is jarring. It's a terrible instrument.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to hear more than like 3 or 4 bars of.
Oh, it's terrible.
No.
The recorder sucks because it stings your ears.
Yeah,
it just sucks. It's a terrible instrument.
I get why they teach kids that, but I don't think I ever remember playing the recorder. I think I went right in middle school, 6th grade. I went right into band, and I was playing the trumpet.
I graduated to the trumpet from the recorder.
At what age?
3rd grade, 4th grade.
Oh, wow.
9, 10.
Maybe we did, man. I don't know. I was high most of elementary school.
We had an entire recorder concert, middle of the day. It was like a Thursday. It was like half day recorder concert. 278 fucking kids playing the recorder in sequence or in sync. It must have been my poor mother. That had to have been the worst concert.
We're not talking. Let's focus more on the teacher that had to teach that.
Oh my gosh.
And then be like, yep, they're ready for the show.
Let's put them on the...
Every middle school band teacher and elementary school recorder professor, they should be paid...
They definitely weren't professors.
They should be paid doctors.
Oh,
that's just despicable.
I think we had a recorder wing of the elementary school because you really have to be siphoned off.
It was just outside in the woods.
Yeah, we're going to go outside today, earmuff it.
We're going to the recorder shed.
Terrible. It's so sharp. It's like what dogs can hear. Right under that is the recorder sound. It's so high pitched. It's terrible. But then you see people on YouTube who are wizards at it. This girl, she's doing the whole Titanic song. She's really embellishing the track. It made me want to be good at it again.
Wait, somebody was embellishing the
Titanic song. Like she was so good at it that she was just winging it.
I don't know if I can handle that. I'm going to try to pull up a professional recorder.
Or professional recorder player
professional recorder
is special.
Is which I don't know whether that's a real thing.
Like who's paying them? A professional by who? Giving lessons to kids? There's no one who's like going to concerts.
So this is the Antonio Vivaldi.
Will I be able to hear it?
No, you can't, but...
I mean, I can kind of get the gist. That sounds like a violin. That's a recorder?
You hear it?
Oh, I do hear it now. It's the sharp... What's his name? Let's get him on the show.
Whoa.
Let's get him here. I need Anthony Vivaldi. Is he based out of New York?
Yeah, Vivaldi's based out of New York.
I got to get him here.
That's and Vivaldi is like the Four Seasons Vivaldi, I assume. Yeah, Vivaldi recorder concerto in C major.
Wow,
that was unbelievable. Hold on,
unbelievable.
She's doing more.
It's a girl? I thought you said it was Angelo.
Antonio Vivaldi, I'm pretty sure is like the Vivaldi.
But you said it was the Anthony Vivaldi.
Antonio Vivaldi is.
But now you said it's a girl.
Okay, Antonio Vivaldi was a composer in like the 1600s.
Oh, so
just
he's
like Mozart's
long dead
concerto in F major.
Got it.
It's an Antonio Vivaldi. You know the Four Seasons?
I thought that was Antonio, and then you're like, she's really good. I'm like, what kind of fucking?
No, Vivaldi is a very famous composer.
God, I didn't know that.
And it was his recorder concerto.
I didn't even know they had recorders back then. I thought it was a modern instrument.
I didn't know anyone ever played recorder after 12 years old.
Come to my apartment complex. We're still trying out there.
Hey, excuse me, Mr. Jigarjian. Do you, I got a question for you. You got Vivaldi staying with you? It's unbelievable what's that. We've got complaints that people can't get into your apartment. Completely different complaint.
I'm not sure if there's a concert going on in your apartment, but if there's tickets available, let me know, because what we're hearing down the hall is unbelievable.
You got a Patreon for this?
Hey, how can I help you? What do I got to do to support you?
Hold on. Here she goes.
God, she's angelic. It's like a bird.
It looks like a. That's a lot. See, it looks like an SNL sketch. She's definitely.
I can't believe there hasn't been an SNL sketch with a recorder at this point.
I need more recorder bell. I thought you said that was Antonio Vivaldi.
I thought it was him. We got to get him in here.
Fella you keep talking about. Is that your
We got to get Antonio up in here. Where is this guy?
It's so funny.
Oh, cripes. Yeah. Well, I think we were talking about Dahmer, right?
Yeah, sorry. I got really into the recorder.
But you know what? Speaking of kids and everything else, we were watching it. I was watching with Rhea. And her big takeaway after watching this is like, man, we should maybe think twice about having kids.
Really?
Because she's like, she asks these questions, which I don't know if she realizes are profound, unanswerable questions.
Okay.
Maybe not even profound, but certainly unanswerable. But she's like, how do you know you're not going to raise a murderer? And I'm like, it's 11:30 at night on Easter. I don't know. It's 1 in a billion. How you know you're not going to raise a murderer? Probably us.
You should probably just start answering those with the opposites. How do you know you're not going to how do you know you're going to raise a not murderer?
Well,
that's
her point was
that's
like,
how you don't raise a murderer.
I think she was getting triggered because of all the Dahmer stuff where he was like interested in anatomy and interested in animal carcasses and stuff.
Yeah, don't throw dead cats at your kid, I guess, right? Like wasn't he abused as a kid and like
well, he was into all these animal carcasses, and
yeah.
I think the parents and the teachers thought that he was going to be a doctor or something.
Yeah, kind of.
So she's like, how do you know if our kids are really into anatomy that they're not going to be a fucking mass murderer?
Well, look, here's the thing. And I mean this both like I think this is funny in the general terms, but I also mean what I'm about to say. So it's going to sound like I'm trying to do a goof, but I actually mean this. If you're going to be a killer, be fucking good at it. Dahmer was great.
Not really.
I mean, he got caught for sure, but
he
like
certainly got caught,
but
which is a big part of being good at it.
He like ate his people too, right? Wasn't that his thing?
Yes.
So look, the guy had a taste for human blood. How do you can't fix that. You cuff him and throw him into a box.
The chef de cuisine.
This is human flesh. I just don't think that
I think he was the inspiration. Was he the inspiration for
the menu?
Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, it's around the same time. I think maybe it was a coinkydink because I think that he got captured in 1991. I feel like Silence of the Lambs came out in 1990. Maybe he was inspired by Silence of the Lambs. I haven't got that far. I haven't finished the series, so I don't know yet.
No, it was just a story. Doesn't look like it was based on anything.
But I wonder if Dahmer was inspired by
it's possible
movie. because he used to eat his victims as well.
He was inspired by other books. The Ed Gein, who wrote it, is inspired by Psycho.
You're talking about Silence of the
Massacre. Yeah, then yeah.
So not Jeffrey Dahmer.
Not Jeffrey Dahmer. He was just inspired by other scary movies.
The only thing I knew about Dahmer, like I knew roughly what he did going into watching this thing, and I also knew that he was very candid about talking about all the stuff he did. Like there's lots of interviews with Dahmer where he just kind of like casually talks about all the crazy stuff he's done.
Wait a minute. It was based on a true story, based on the real Buffalo Bill was a real life serial killer.
Buffalo Bill.
It puts the lotion on. That's a real life person.
Maybe you're looking in the wrong place.
Maybe you should play your recorder a little bit slower
play
next time.
Play the recorder.
I keep hearing it in the second floor
Buffalo
apartment.
Bill.
Yeah, why doesn't she get more worried about who lives above you that you're blasting a recorder into who's going to come and eat you rather than her fictitious kids and their fictitious crime sprees?
She's very innocent. She double locked the door last night. I went to go leave this morning, and you know the latch, the hook, the latch she put on?
Yeah.
She put that on the door last night.
I mean, that's not crazy. That's weird that that's crazy to you.
But she specifically only did it because we watched Dahmer.
Well, you guys don't double lock your doors?
No. We have a doorman. That's the double lock.
But the doorman's the first to get killed. He's the first to go. So a guy walks in with a package. He goes, "Hey, I'm deliver." Bang, bang, bang. He's gone. Guess what? First one he's going after.
Now he's got 270 other apartments to pick from.
Well, guess
You're
what?
going to pick one on the second floor?
Maybe.
Why would you pick one on the second floor? Easy exit.
What about someone on you don't think anyone in your hallway, they're all just angels and saints? There could be someone up there having full-on people stakes.
I guess that's true.
Remember all the dogs that used to be on your floor? You don't see them much anymore, do you?
Eaten.
They're getting eaten by 2:04.
I guess, but we lock the door at night.
You got to lock.
It's not like we have no security.
You got to lock.
I'm not
locks.
leaving the door open. I'm just saying I don't think a double lock. That's a lot of security.
You got a double lock.
I used to live with a roommate who would lock his inside door inside of our apartment.
Absolutely. So
like his bedroom door.
Yeah.
What?
What do you think is going on in his room that you got to walk in? What if you walked in and saw him pulling pud? You got to
jagging it?
Yeah.
You think that's why he locked it? But he locked it when he left the house.
Oh, that's tough.
For a security breach.
Okay. I thought you meant like when he's in there. I'm like, yeah, I'm locking it every time I go in there.
No, I guess I don't think I locked my door either.
I lock my door.
I mean, I would shut the door.
I'm a huge fan of locking doors.
I don't think so.
Big door locker. Except for my, it's nice because my door, our outside door now is automatically locked. So you just close it so I don't have to fuck with the keys. I think that's going to really ruin me one day. I think I'm going to get robbed because I got so used to it in my next place.
The logic of locking his door in that specific apartment, which was a 2-floor townhouse, his bedroom was on the second floor, the basement level floor. Someone would have to break in through the front door of the apartment building.
He's not, buddy. He's not. I'm going to stop you right there.
Then they would have to go through break in through our apartment door, take out all the bedrooms on the first floor, make his way down through this basement, look at the basement bedrooms down there, then go in to attack.
He wasn't worried about getting an outsider, man. The call's coming from inside the house.
He thought I was going to do something?
Yeah, he was afraid you were going to steal his shit. You were going to take his batteries, steal his book of stamps, start sending out letters. You know what I mean?
He had a recorder in there.
Maybe he had a bunch of cash. Maybe he was a drug dealer and he had all his drugs in there, and you were going to go in there and take it.
That's true.
He was worried about his roommates.
Wow, that makes me feel a little bit worse about the situation.
I mean, it should, but that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of him having his lack of trust, not your lack of trustworthiness.
It had to be It had to be outside factors, because it was an aftermarket lock.
Oh, he added a lock?
He added it.
Oh, he had some stuff going. Okay, this guy. So, I thought he just locked his little door.
Oh,
like
no. Let me paint a full picture.
Okay, here we go.
Because all of our doors had locks. I'm talking like the little twisty twist.
Sure.
Where you can open it if you have like a penny from the outside. If you truly get locked out, you just twist a little thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of our doors had that, which is a fine security measure for 99.9% of people. He did an aftermarket lock that he installed, that he had a secondary key. It was a key lock. So in order to get into his room, He had to come into the apartment with the house key that we all had, open the door, go down the stairs, down to his bedroom, get a secondary key just to open his bedroom door. Aftermarket.
Did he have to get tools out to install the lock? Did he drill a hole into his door?
Yes.
This guy had let me tell you this. What do you think he had in there? What do you think he was hiding?
I don't know.
He's not worried about getting robbed. He's worried he's hiding something.
It had to have been something of value. Could have been drugs, cash, oysters.
This guy just
think about it. If I was a big time oyster shucker, and I had oysters are expensive. That could be $3 a pop.
Was he carrying lots of bags of ice in through the house?
He was an oyster shucker.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought you just said.
No, he used to oyster shuck.
But was he carrying lots of ice? Did you see him bringing in buckets?
No, but maybe that's what he did when we were all gone.
His free time?
I'm just saying, if I had a bushel of oysters, it cost
he was freelance
$1,000. Yeah, he would get brought in.
But that means he would have to have ice and bucket. You're not just shucking and doing what with them?
He'd shuck them for private events.
Pre-shucked oysters.
Shuck them. He would shuck them.
And then
you'd hire him to go to your apartment for a private event. This is how dumb I am. What he told me that when he started this shucking business,
Wait, this is a real thing.
It's
You're not
real.
doing a goof. I thought this whole thing was
it's not a goof. He's a shucker.
I thought we were just going down a fun improv game here.
No, he was a real oyster shucker.
And he had a side business where he would shuck oysters privately.
Yes. You'd hire him. So he came up with this shucking business as a side business.
Sure.
And I'm sitting on the couch and he's telling me about the oyster business. And he's like, yeah, me and my buddy bought a boat. And I'm like, this motherfucker's going to go out and get oysters on the bay? I'm like, dude, that's a huge accomplishment. That's unbelievable. I can't believe you bought a boat and then you have to store it in Manhattan. I mean, that's got to be an incredible expense. Plus, to go out there, he's got to buy traps, or whatever you got to do. He's like, I bought this boat for the oyster business. And I'm like, dude, congratulations, man. Let me see a picture of it. He shows me a picture of it. It's a 4-foot wooden little boat that you put the oysters in at private events and you shuck out of it. It's a shuck boat.
Oh, you thought he was actually going
I thought he bought a boat.
You thought
that he's going to go out on the bay.
I thought it was going to at least be like the one from Rookie of the Year, where it's just fumes all in your face, taking out the hot chicks. No, this is just it's a presentation boat.
It's a presentation boat. It's a step above a platter.
Yeah, it's a fancy
He
platter.
shows me the thing. It's a wood carving, literally 2 feet by 1 foot tall.
Let me tell you something. I went to a boat show, and it was the opening night, and for $20-$40 something, you get all open bar and oysters and all this appetizer.
He could have been the people doing it.
Because there was a boat. It was a boat.
It could have been him.
And we showed up maybe 20 minutes after it started. All the food was gone.
But can you imagine?
Have one oyster apiece?
Could you imagine if you buy this boat?
And they start bragging about it?
Well, I think maybe it could go under lock and key.
But if we're going to talk about that, I bought a T-shirt factory recently.
A T-shirt factory?
Yeah. Well, I bought 5 shirts, but it's essentially the same thing. That's the logic.
It just says T-shirt factory on it.
Yeah, it's a shirt that says factory. Yeah. No, I bought a electric T-shirt folder. Same thing.
Electric T-shirt folder.
I'm trying to come up with a.
Okay. Did you really do that?
No, I did buy 5 T-shirts though, and they are too big. Best thing that ever happened to me. 3XL tees, too big. I got to go 2XL tees now.
Were you always a 3XL?
No, I was always a 2X.
But then you bumped up?
I bumped up, but now I'm back down to 2X tees.
I used to be a pure schmedium. I would look for shirts that were not too, pure schmedium.
Sure.
Now I'm large.
Large? Now you're medium?
I'm more in the middle of medium large. Large is too big almost 100% of the time. Medium sometimes is a little too small in the barrel. Too many fucking cannolis and treats.
So that's why I got there's this company, Fresh Clean Tees.
And they do this saggy.
Well, they do. It's like a tighter chest and a little bit bigger in the barrel.
Loose in the barrel.
And that's what I bought. And it was too loose in the barrel, the 3X. I did the whole thing online. And they were like, what's your waist? What's your this? And they were like, you're a 3XLT. And it turns out, no, I'm not.
I bought some of these website T-shirts, and I fucking couldn't stand them. I couldn't even tell you the name because I disassociated it with, God, it was heavily marketed like clean tees. It could have been that one.
It might have been. Because I just opened them today and I got to send them all back.
I love the look of them. They all had drop bottoms on them.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm wearing right now. I got this on Amazon. It's been 3 years since this shirt is endless use out of this shirt.
You know what's great clothes is Target. Goodfellows.
I don't know. I used to be a Target. Massimo, back when Massimo was the Target brand.
No, that's Goodfellows now.
It's Goodfellows now, but I haven't
still
had
kind of an
much luck.
Italian sounding thing.
I'm in a weird size. It's tough for me to buy shirts when I'm not like buying them custom or like, hey, fat T-shirt fellas. You know, I got to go to like the big guy.
Big guy warehouse.
Yeah, I got to go to where I got to find. There's got to be a T in anything I wear. That's
Jay, you can't come with me to J. Crew Factory. They're not big guy friendly.
No. But I could go to the Duck Unlimited, Carhartt. Anything they also make construction clothes. That's like right up my alley.
Construction never seemed to fit for me. No. My favorite brands right now that I love Faraday.
See, none of this means anything to me.
Oh, Faraday is kind of like, you just feel like you're out by the sea, but it's like city life by the ocean. It's fun. It's like not sporty, but it's kind of, it's clothes you would wear by a campfire, having a nice Langenkugels.
I'm looking at the website. You're describing this perfectly.
It's an unbelievable brand.
The beer, the vibe.
The vibe is just unbelievable. I love Faraday. It's, I think, my favorite clothing brand, size medium.
Yeah, I don't know. I would not be able to wear a single item of clothing from this place.
I went out of my way. I went to Faraday in Soho the other day. Loved it. Their pants, they make these terry pants that have a stretch in them. Forget about it.
Forget about it. Let me see if
Forget about their terry pants. They're unbelievable. Get out of here. I put them on. I said, these are the most comfortable pants I've ever worn in my life. And that's not even an ad for Faraday. If they wanted to sponsor the show, I would do it for a pair of pants.
See, they only go up to 2XL. I can't do it. 2XL won't fit.
It's worth checking it out because you can do some open air it. The shirt.
You think I don't know how to open air clothes? You know how many items of clothing I buy that I own that are purely unbuttonable. Sometimes most shirts I wear, if I button them and sit down, someone's losing an eye. That button's coming flying off.
The cute yellow top I wore last week on the last episode.
It was adorable.
Faraday.
Okay. Faraday
cute top.
Buddy, I'm looking at this stuff right now. I'd wear every single one of these things.
Unbelievable, great color palette.
But the big man does not. Is not.
They do some big and tall. You gotta find it, but it's there. Bonobos has a big.
I'm
an
Amazon shirt guy.
I think we went off on a tangent. I think I was telling you what I purchased, and this is a tangent from that 40 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
I bought today on Amazon. I bought my softball pants.
That's
I had to size up.
Really?
Last year I was pushing it. I think the size pants I had last year were like 31, 32 waist.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'm, close. And every game last year, it was a fucking trial of the century to get those pants to buckle.
Yeah, I'm gonna play again.
I led our team with home runs.
I just thought about putting socks on and getting my cleats going and the smell of the grass.
Oh, it's the best, man.
Stretching, throwing a ball, calling Adam Amawala a loser to his face. I mean, there's just so many fun parts about that, about playing softball.
I love it.
I'm just worried about my back because my back is like truly fucked. But
take some Tylenol.
Yeah, sure, why not? Get a couple of cortisone shots.
We only got a couple episodes until my big Japan trip. We're gonna have to stack a couple episodes because I'll be gone for 2 weeks.
You going to Japan?
I'm going to
this is
Japan.
The trip with this is one of your pre-baby trips, right?
Pre-baby trip, but I got to pick it, and we are very excited about going to Japan. I am getting a little bit nervous. If anyone's ever been to Japan, you will know that it is truly like going to another planet. Everything is, you're never going to believe this, in another language.
What?
And it's just hard to navigate the trip. I'm trying to get this JR Rail Pass, which is supposed to be all the Japan trains, but then it doesn't include, half of them. And then you're trying to see which cities to go to, and some you can reach easily, and some you have to go through the fucking, they have Alps there? The
Alps?
Japan Alps? No. I didn't know about that. They got
different Alps.
Snow monkeys. You can go see the snow monkeys in the Japan Alps. I don't know what to fucking do. I know I'm going to Tokyo, Kyoto, and then there's a couple of cities I can't pronounce. Nikko, which is supposed to be...
I think that's in Italy.
No,
Nikko.
Nikko, hey. Look up Nikko.
Miko or Nico?
Nikko. Nikko.
Yeah,
Beautiful, lovely mountainous area. And then the last
bridges.
day, the red bridges looks lovely.
Temples.
We're going to a place called Takayama,
Japan?
Takayama.
You're talking about Takayama, Japan, obviously.
Takayama, Japan.
Yeah, beautiful.
They have
a lot of
geisha
rice
there.
Fields, geisha, beautiful huts.
They got soba noodles, ramen noodles.
Other noodles.
So I'm going to noodle it up. And the yen right now, did you know, is not good compared to the dollar. So we're going to get a lot of bang for our buck. The last day of the trip.
Oh, my God.
What?
It's less than a penny.
What?
It's the yen is $0.0075.
Yes. So that means like if you go to get like a bowl of ramen noodles, it's like 970 yen, which is like $7.
So they're still spending. It's still like somewhat equivalent. It's not like 5 yen.
No,
it's
but still,
an incredible amount of money.
You can get a proper bowl of ramen noodles there for $7-8.
When here it's 20.
It's $17 to $20, at least in New York.
I want to go.
So I'm very excited about it.
Tokyo.
And then the thing that I squeezed into the trip, I wonder if you're going to judge me.
I can't wait to.
I squeezed this into the trip because I do think it falls under the still like once in a lifetime category. I don't think I could go back and do this, but the last day of the trip in Japan, we're going to Disneyland Tokyo. You can't even look me in the eyeballs.
There were so many things I was like, Hiroshima tour, Nagasaki.
I have no interest in going there.
A Nagasaki reenactment. Like there's so many things that you could have said, and I did not think it was going to be Tokyo Disney.
Do you think that's a bad way to spend a day?
I mean, you go for 2 weeks. If you're going, okay, let me tell you this. I am a fan of Disney. I like going to Disney parks. I grew up going to Disney parks. I lived in Florida. You know this. If 2 weeks, I'll take a day at Disney.
Sure.
My girlfriend would laugh me out of my house. She'd pack my bags and be like, we're done.
I know.
She's not a Disney person, and she's not like, she'd be like, what a waste. 2 weeks, fine. One day, I'm like, if you're going for 4 days and one of those days was Disney,
that's bad.
I'd start taking the lights out of the studio.
I'm not that hardcore. I do like it though.
Yeah, Disney's
and
great.
I do think it's like a day that's contained. You can kind of they have a lot of attractions over there that they don't have in the States. So I'm going to do a day at there's a park called Disney Sea.
Oh, there's multiple. I didn't know there was multiple.
They have 2 parks. They have Disneyland Tokyo, and then they have Disney Sea, which is supposed to be the most beautiful theme park in the world.
Really?
And the attractions they have there look pretty unique. So we're going to spend one day at Disney Sea.
I would love to see them. I would love to see Disney Tokyo Japan Epcot, and then see what the American Pavilion looks like. See what their interpretation, Disney's Japanese interpretation of America is.
It's probably a pizza shop.
The American version of the American Pavilion is pretty gross. It's colonial. It's like
It was a choice. They could have made it like New York City or something.
Yeah, there could have been so many things they could have done. They chose not to. Toy Story Mania. Wow.
Lots of fun attractions there.
It looks a lot cooler than the Disney's here.
And it's also only 15, 20 minutes from the airport, believe it or not.
Oh, there you go.
So it's going to be our last day there. But the Japan looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very, how do I say, intimidated a little bit.
Really?
Well, it's a culture and a language I know nothing about.
But isn't that like kind of part of the draw? Is like trying to figure it out?
Yeah. I think that's where the intimidation, the excitement, and the, did I say anticipation?
No, but it's there.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
The draw to want to go is almost purely based on the fact that it's so different.
Are you staying in one hotel or are you bouncing around?
So we haven't booked the hotels yet, believe it or not, because
I don't believe that. When are you going?
Like 2 weeks.
You're doing a bit.
I'm not. I swear to God, we haven't booked the hotels yet.
Well, how?
Because it's a real puzzle to put together a trip throughout Japan.
So you're trying to like do multiple, like couple nights here, couple nights here, couple nights here.
Here's what we landed on, which I think makes the most sense. We're going to have 3 hubs of the trip. Actually, technically 4. We're going to spend like a third of the trip in Tokyo and do day trips to like that place Nikko, which is like the forest, which looks sick, and then go down to Mount Fuji, which sounds sick, but still come back to Tokyo at night. Same hotel. Because traveling with luggage around, I heard, is a nightmare.
No.
So we're going to use Tokyo as a hub and do day trips. We're going to use Kyoto as a hub and do day trips and go down to Osaka, which I heard is like the Lower East Side. Yeah, it's the Lower East Side essentially of Japan. And then this Takayama place, which is like in the Japanese Alps, which looks sick. And then they have a place there. If you're listening at home, this place looks unbelievable. It looks straight out of The Hobbit. They have a little town called Shirakawa-go. And Shirakawa-go is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and all the little everyone lives in these little thatched huts.
That's so cool.
So we're going to spend a day up in Shirakawa-go, which looks sick.
The hotels don't look that expensive either. You're talking like $100 to $115 a night.
Yes. All the hotels are between $100 and $200 a night, but there's no name brands. You can't be like, I'm going to stay at
Marriott, Tokyo.
It's all like Sunshine Inn or shit like that. So it's hard for me because I'm a hotel guy. I like to know that I'm staying at somewhere that I can trust. It's nice and whatever.
There are Marriotts in Tokyo.
There are, but they're wildly more expensive. I think the American brands charge about 3 times more.
They charge American prices.
American prices, yeah. So all the American brands, even from Hilton on up, charge like $300 plus, where all the local brands are cheaper. And plus, I don't think we're going to be in the hotel. Hopefully, we're going to be out and about. So
it's nice to have that home base though when you're in like a weird foreign land to be able to go back and like close the door and be like, all right, let's figure this out. A place to like search. We're not like, in some weird Airbnb or like in some, There's.
A couple of things that threw me for a loop is like in Japan, their train stations are so beautiful and so clean, supposedly, that it's actually you should stay near like a major train station. Where I feel like that's the opposite here in the States, especially in New York. Like no one's like, you're gonna love it. Stay near Penn Station.
No one ever. No, that's like my nightmare situation.
That whole area sucks.
Yeah.
So, but over there, it's highly recommended to stay by these massive train hubs.
Right.
So we're looking at that for Tokyo and for Kyoto, and then we're finishing up at the Disneyland Resort, which I'm looking forward to. Should be a good way to close out the trip. I'm sure I'm going to come back with some many food adventures.
Yeah.
I'm going to try everything. They have these thing called octopus balls.
They make those here.
But it's a big treat.
It's huge,
there. Yeah. What are they called?
Octopus balls.
But they're called something else.
No, try and sound it out.
Sawalawa? Sikasawazawa?
Takoyaki. Takoyakis.
Takoyakis.
And it's not the testicles of an octopus.
No.
To be clear.
It's just chopped up octopus in the shape of a ball, but not
deep
the
fried
octopus.
or like baked
nuts.
in a thing. Yeah.
No testicles.
No testes.
So anyway,
you think octopus balls have those suckers on them too? Really?
Definitely.
Really latch onto you.
Suck onto them.
Suck my. All right, I'm not going to say.
Very much looking forward to the trip. We are going to stack episodes next week, so that we'll have episodes that do release on my journey, and then we'll do a big Japan recap show in early May.
That'll be fun.
It should be really fun. You can follow the travels at Jiggy Comedy on Instagram. I'm going to try to post as much as I can from over there. And with that said, I think we'll wrap up the episode. This was a fun one. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys don't get mad at me for dressing up a little nice. That's what we do.
It's pre-Tokyo.
It's pre-Tokyo. This is what you have to wear over there.
Yeah.
So until next time, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in to episode 13 of Fresh Towels. We'll be back next week with more interesting insights. And until then, mahalo and deuces.